So here's something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. I've been making quite a few videos about affordable watches in my Frugal Watch Enthusiast series. Check it out. So what better way to wrap up the series for now than a tier list video? Quick disclaimer before we start. We'll include watch brands with watches up to about $2,000 US. And we'll be ranking watches based on the performance versus direct peers in their typical price range. So when ranking watch brands in the upper echelon of the price range, like Christopher Ward for instance, I'll compare them to other watch brands in that range like Hamilton or Mido for instance. And if a watch brand mentioned here has watches above $2,000 US, we'll not take them into consideration when ranking the brand. And once again, this is only my opinion. If you disagree with it and feel hurt that I talked bad about your favorite watch brand, please feel free to call me a retard in the comments. All good? Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
My name is George Soros and you're watching Horology. Have a look at this wonderful tier list, another one I created myself. I'll supply you with the template. It will be down in the description below, so you can post your own tier list or make your own tier list video with this. Yeah, we got 39 affordable watch brands, I believe, and we will rank them. I randomized a bit, so we'll see where we end up. Actually, it's not randomized at all. Yeah, let's randomize a bit. Ah, fuck it. I'm just gonna grab it however I feel like. Okay, we're starting with Seagull. I got Seagull right now. So, Seagull is a watch brand I've been hating on the beginning of my YouTube career. But nowadays, I'd say Seagull is not too bad. Like, you know what you're paying for, right? You get a Chinese watch, yes. But you get a Chinese watch with a unique movement and a supplier of movements to a lot of these micro brands and also to a lot of absolute trash brands. Cool brand, one good watch. I'd say I approve of Seagull. I do approve of Seagull these days. So yeah, if you want a Chinese watch in this price range, don't pay some middleman, just buy the fucking Seagull. Buy it from AliExpress. That's the most based way to buy a Seagull. So just like APs have to be bought at a AP store, you have to buy Seagulls on AliExpress. Yes. I'm just gonna do this and grab here somewhere. No, we're gonna save that one. Gonna save that one for now. Let's go with this Skagen. Dude, Skagen is really interesting. Skagen is a watch brand. Yeah, it says Skagen Denmark. It's from Denmark, actually. I saw Jordan Peterson actually wear one of their watches. They have good designs. I'll say, yeah, dude, I'll buy a Skagen watch. I'll actually buy one. And not just because Jordan Peterson has one. I'll actually buy one because I'll buy one. So yeah, based would buy. Let's continue with Timex. Okay, Timex is a watch brand I've been recommending for quite a bit, so I have to say I approve of Timex. Is it the best in terms of quality? Probably not. Is it the best in terms of price? Probably not. Is it a good brand overall that fills every niche and every part of the market, whatever you need? Yes. Is it value for money? Yes, I guess so. So yeah, I approve of Timex. I still do. Would I buy one myself? One or two, yes, but not the majority of the brand because they have too much trash in their catalog. But in general, I approve of Timex. Oh, this one is interesting, dude. I just found out about this brand because someone in the comments of one of my videos actually said that, yeah, even Islander watches is better than XYZ, and I think it was the Seiko he was hating on. Islander watches is funny because they are retail stores, so they sell watches actually, but they make their own, and their own watches are mainly just, so their watches, they're not direct rip-offs. They're more like they take recognizable design elements from different watch brands and just combine them into their own watches, if you know what I mean. So the other type of ripping off designs. They're pretty ass, actually. Yeah, they're ass. Yeah. Like, I don't know, in Europe it's not even a thing. I never heard of Islander watches before. It's an American thing. So, and most of my like viewers are actually American, I think. But yeah, Americans, let me know. Talk to me about Islander watches. Would you buy one? Let me know. Vostok. Okay, Vostok, I have to say, I'm actually wearing a Vostok for this video. So maybe I'm a bit biased. Yeah, this is an amphibia I put on a leather bracelet. Very cool watch, I love it. Only thing I don't like about it is that it doesn't have a quick set date function, but like it does, but it sucks. Everyone who owns a Vostok probably has the same issue, but yeah, the Vostok, difficult to get, especially with the sanctions on Russia and all that right now. So I think the easiest way to buy Vostok right now is just to go on Chrono24. There are some cool like people who sell Vostoks. I've had my Vostok for like 2 months now. I love it, and I love the community. I think the Vostok community right now is what the Seiko community was a few years back. So it's very user friendly. They're very welcoming. They are cold in a way, but they also give you advice on everything. Brush a Vostok, how to change the polishing, how to do whatever. It's a huge modding community that's extremely welcoming, and I love it. And I've been customizing my Vostok quite a bit as well, as you can see. So dude, Vostok, I bought one, so it's at least would buy. I'd say Vostok is simply lovely.
We call that simply lovely.
Alrighty, let's continue. So I split, I'm not sure if you saw this, but yeah, I split G-Shock and Casio, 2 different brands. But let's go with Casio. Actually, it's the big guy. Top style. There's no argument. You call me, call you fucking Nico Leonard fanboy. You're just a Nico Leonard fanboy. That's why because you put it in God tier. I have a completely different reason to put Casio into top style than Nico Leonard. The reason why Nico Leonard puts Casio on top style is because of top tier is because of G-Shock, which I split. I put it separately. The reason why I put Casio in top style, it is only one watch, and it's the best watch below. It's the best watch below $1,000 US. There's one watch, and that watch is the fucking Casio Go Timer, dude. The best watch, also heavily modifiable. I'll get a leather bracelet for mine. I swapped the crystal for a sapphire crystal. Yeah, you can get the best watch ever for like $50 US, and that's all thanks to Casio. The Casio Go Timer is the sole reason why I put Casio in top style, because yeah, as a brand as a whole, I mean, they have a lot of other like cool stuff, but to me it's one watch that puts them on the top of my list, and that's the Go Timer. As I said, every watch enthusiast should own a Casio Go Timer. Yeah, base Loria, cool brand. I like it. I like their GMT. I like their GMT watch. It's a true GMT. Weird use of acrylic glass here and there, but I think that's the old school aesthetic they're going for. Cool brand, I approve. Stover. German brand, one of the OG Flieger watches, one of the 5 OG Flieger watch brands. Stover, I recommend them before in one of my videos. They are like the more refined version of Larco, high quality as well. Yeah, I think I would buy a Stover. I'd buy a Stover definitely. Like, I actually been thinking about buying a Stover, and I still am. So, yeah, I would buy a Stover. Fuck yeah. Gucci. Last time I said Gucci is like, if you want to get a fashion watch, get a Gucci watch, which is a statement I have to take back. Get a vintage Dior watch if you can find one. Those are the best fashion watches, because Dior actually used to make semi-legit watches. I'm not kidding. They're not just Chinese trash fashion watches, or they were not back in the day at least. Gucci, yeah, it's absolutely ass. Don't buy a Gucci watch. Buy a Gucci like t-shirt or whatever. But I mean, I have a Gucci belt, for instance. But would I buy a Gucci watch? Definitely not. Hamilton. So, as I said, we'll compare these higher tier brands. But I mean, I have a Gucci belt, for instance. But would I buy a Gucci watch? Definitely not. Hamilton. So, as I said, we'll compare these higher tier brands. But I mean, I have a Gucci belt, for instance. But would I buy a Gucci watch? Definitely not. Hamilton. So, as I said, we'll compare these higher tier brands. these more expensive brands to brands in their category. Everything above $2,000 will not be accounted for. Hamilton is, I approve. I wouldn't buy a Hamilton actually. I'm not the biggest fan of their designs. I know they're an iconic brand and they're cool, and I approve them. That's all I can say. I approve of Hamilton. I think they're a bit overpriced for what they are, but I approve. Baltic, I like one watch. I like the Aquascaf GMT. The rest of their catalog is rather mediocre. Also, the fact that they use seagull movements in some of their watches and then Salita movements in others, I believe. So, yeah, if you buy Baltic, which I can understand because it is essentially a cool brand, check the movement. Check the movement inside. It's very important when it comes to Baltic. Filippo Loretti. That's absolute ass. Yeah, it's a fashion watch brand, but not as established as Gucci. It's one of these brands like fucking Danny Wellington. Actually, let's move this down here. Deepest pits. What the fuck did I write? Deepest, darkest pit of the abyss where no man should ever venture. Yeah, that's where they belong. Danny Wellington, Filippo Loretti. What else? Movement. That's where they belong. Because they are essentially Chinese trash watches with a middleman that adds a huge markup. Same goes for Vincero, one of my best friends in Switzerland. Shout out to him if he sees this ever. Hello, Jan. He actually owns one, and I told him this is the most embarrassing watch you can wear. Why do you have this on your wrist? And he didn't know better. Now he's wearing Certina, which is cool. So he leveled up. But yeah, horrible brand. Certina, I just said, yeah, one of my friends wears one. I thought about buying one, but they're just generally too big for my wrists. You can see my wrists are fucking tiny. I'll actually buy a Certina if they were. Better options for my wrist size. Larco is a brand that I've recommended before, and I think is a brand that I would buy. Now we come to a first reordering. I can't say I would put Stova versus Larco, but they're so similar. I know it's a different price range, but I'm going against my own principles. Yes. I put Stova as simply lovely, even in their own price range against other competitors, because I think this is legit the best Flieger watch option for $1,000 US. There's no competition. It's Stova. Tissot, yeah, what can I say? It's based out by, actually it's Tissot is difficult to rank. I'll put it off for later. Zodiac, so a hard hitter, expensive upper echelon of our list, but I know you can get watches for below $2,000 US. They basically have only one watch, and that's a Super Seawolf. So it's a one watch brand in a way, but there's so many variations of the Super Seawolf. I will say I would buy one of their watches, yeah, based. Bulova is a brand I can definitely approve of. We have too many good brands. This is too boring. We have too many good brands. There's like not many brands I can really complain about. But like, yeah, let's continue. Saint Martin, like dude, San Martin. So many people in the comments of my videos always say, yo, my fucking Saint Martin is better than your Seiko. My Saint Martin will fuck your Seiko up, bro. Like, I've been wearing Saint Martin watches and people give me compliments for my Saint Martin watches. Like, what compliments do you get? Like, the compliments you get is like, is that a Rolex GMT? And you're like, yeah. It's fucking embarrassing. Don't wear this shit. This is actually the deepest, darkest pit of the abyss where no man should ever venture, because it's rip-off designs. Yeah, don't buy a San Martin watch. Pagani design, like same goes for them. Like they are absolute fucking ass. I think they're not as bad as San Martin because they're at least not claiming to have their own designs as far as I know. San Martin has their original designs, which also again someone in my comments recommended. It's funny, I'm learning about these trash brands which I never heard of before I started doing my YouTube channel. Pagani design, like as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, trash brand enthusiast, I'll check it later. They only do homage rip-off watches. They don't claim to have original designs as St. Martin does, which is again the same ripping off that what Islander watches does, and they combine famous or like significant design elements of other well-known watches and put them together. What can I say? Deepest dark spirit of the abyss where no man should ever venture. Seiko. So yeah, this is the brand always when I talk about Seiko, I get so much hate. I don't see why. Like, yes, they got more expensive, but they're still amazing. Like, I can only rank watches below $2,000 US, but they are covering virtually every price range. Yes, I know the SKX is dead, which is sad, especially that given that the modern alternatives are overpriced and not as good as the SKX. The Seiko 5 is not as good as an SKX. Yeah, better movement, blah, 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 who cares? 200 meters of water resistance, brah. That's what matters. But the Seiko Prospects line is amazing. The Seiko Presage line is amazing. I know a Hardlex crystal here and there. Wow. The Chinese watch people always say that, but a Hardlex crystal ain't even that bad, man. Like, I've never scratched one. I have so many, and like, I don't have any problems with them. I don't know what you guys do. Like, do you go fucking like, do you go and like fight someone or go hunting wearing your Seiko watches? Difficult. I put Seiko in, can I bear the hate or not? Maybe I'll chicken out of the hate. But yeah, maybe I am chickening out of the hate, but maybe I'm scared of the comments. Who knows? Maybe I am scared of the comments. But I put Seiko in simply lovely for now. Seiko 5 puts them down. Seiko Prospects, my favorite line, but also the Seiko Presage are extremely based. Doxa. So Doxa out compared to like Stover, Satina, these brands, Mido. Doxa is one of my favorite watch brands actually, and I know it's unfair because they only make one category of watch and basically one watch with like different depth ratings. So just like Zodiac, they only have one watch, but I put Doxa, yeah, same as Zodiac. That's the only thing, if they had more variety, but then again, they're a specialist brand and they say that. I put Doxa in simply lovely. Victorinox. So this is interesting. You may know this logo for their Swiss Army knives, but they also make other gear that you may need to be durable. So they do suitcases, they do, of course, pocket knives, they do like water bottles, they do watches now. And I've seen quite a few of my friends who, like, not quite a few, but like one or two of my friends, like funny enough, both of them are in the German army. They have Victorinox watches they bought themselves though. Very cool. They actually work really well. They're Swiss made. They're practically indestructible. Design wise, not that strong, but I wouldn't buy one, but I definitely approve. I would buy the Swiss Army knife though. I have one, but yeah, Victorinox, cool brand. You can't go wrong. Everything they make is, yeah, it's Swiss. It's the essence. Like probably even this mug, if it was made by Victorinox, would be indestructible. So let's continue. Orient I recommended quite a bit. People have been saying to me, and also I've researched this, that Orient doesn't have the same build quality as other watches in their category, but they have a lot of options covering different types of watches. So you can get great dress watches, great dive watches, even like a moon phase watch you can get from Orient. I actually recommend them quite a bit in my recent videos, so have a look. Yeah, I approve of Orient. I obviously do. Invicta is absolutely ass. At least they somewhat have their, it's the shame of Switzerland. Like, I don't know, they used to be Swiss, or they are in some ways. At least they used to claim that. I'm not that well versed in the history of Invicta, but I know it's quite old for a trash rip-off brand. But they are at least the OG of doing that, as far as I know. So yeah, absolutely ass. Not the deepest darkest pit of the abyss where no man should ever venture. Fossil. I've been hating Fossil quite a bit, but at least Fossil got so many people onto watches. I'm not sure if I said that the last time I made a tier list, but yeah, I think you can't go as hard on Fossil as on these other brands down here, because they at least have their own thing going on, and they own, I think they own Zenith or Zodiac, one of those two. I think Zodiac, they own Zodiac. Yeah, mid. They're mid. Would I buy one? Definitely not. Fuck no. Like, dude, I'm not 14. Do they have a presence and a somewhat iconic reputation in the watch game? Yes. So they deserve the mid title this time for real. This time for real. Same as Marathon. Still, like yeah, last time I was too harsh on Marathon. The things with Marathon, I disapprove of their quartz watches and their pricing of their quartz watches, but they do have one or two cool dive watches especially, and they are actually used by the United States Army as far as I'm aware, which means they should be reliable. Never had one, never held one in my hands actually, which should try one on. Maybe then I'll change my opinion. I'll redo this list eventually, maybe next year. But yeah, Marathon is mid. I'd say mid. Yeah, it's mid. One or two watches I approve of. A lot of other watches I don't. My opinion can change, but for now, that's it. They have tritium tubes in some dive watches, which is really cool. One of the last brands to still do that. Based. Garmin. So Garmin, yeah, I think I put Garmin in as a proxy for all smartwatches. Doesn't matter if you have like an Apple Watch, Samsung Watch, or a Garmin. But yeah, Garmin is the one that I see the most in Switzerland, at least. No, maybe the Apple Watch, but yeah, Garmin was sort of the OG in that actual fitness game. To me, fitness watches are all ass because they are toys and they barely have a function that your phone can't copy. I know, yes, it can measure your heart rate and shit. That's cool. Don't get me wrong, that's cool if you actually use that. But don't tell me you need to wear your fucking smartwatch in the office. And it goes off with your messages. It's dude, it's but that's just embarrassing, man. It's just like wearing a toy. No man should do that. You're wearing a toy. That's pretty gay, actually. Garmin smartwatches are ass. Brew. Brew is a brand that I approve of. Yes, I approve of Brew. They're doing, actually no, it's based out by, they're doing original designs. They are fresh, like a fresh wind in the watch game. I love them. I actually do love them. They're very cool. I think that what they're doing is very important. They are bringing autism back in the watch game, which hasn't been there for too long. So yeah, they are representing the whimsical people in the industry. Very cool brand. Citizen is I don't know. Tsuyosa, cool watch. Fugo, cool watch. Eco Drive, fucking amazing. Yeah, put Citizen top star. I think in my last Watch One tier list I ranked it way further down, but I just didn't know how vast and amazing their catalog was and what you can get. The value for money that you can find in Citizen is crazy. Check out, if you want a dive watch, check out the Citizen Fugo with the Fugo engraving on the case back. It's so cool, man, and it's indestructible, and I know for a fact that people actually use them for diving. Yeah, Citizen is based. Mido. Mido is cool, but I wouldn't recommend Mido given the alternatives in that price range. I'd rather go for, anything up here in that price range. So yeah, Mido is mid. Mido. Mido. Dude, I'm so retarded right now. I'm not sure if you can tell, but Sternglass. So Sternglass, not Sternglass, is a brand that I recommend more times before, and they actually wrote in my comments, dude. They actually, yeah, Sternglass, if you're seeing this, again, I really appreciate that you watched my video and wrote in the comment section. Very cool brand, young team, very engaged, cool designs, quick release bracelets, love customization options. Very cool brand. If you want a dress watch, a cheap dress watch, something made in Germany, get one. I know they use Swiss and Japanese movements, but that's fine because they're good movements. They're not like Baltic using fucking seagull movements. Yeah, I would definitely buy a Sternglass watch. I'd definitely buy one. Yeah, especially the Bauhaus designs, man. They're so cool. I mean, they only do Bauhaus designs, but they're really cool. The details that go into that brand. Yeah, very cool. Maybe even, you know what? Yeah, I put Sternglass up here and Simply Lovely. They are very cool. Tissot. I would buy Tissot. Do I love them? No. Can I see why people do? Definitely yes. Not my cup of tea, and as everything Swiss, it is quite expensive. For, I mean, even for what it is, like, no, I wouldn't say Tissot is expensive for what it is. It all depends on the model. Some watches are, some aren't. PRX, for instance, Powermatic, dude, that's yeah, value for money. Tissot is cool, based out by them. Swatch, on the other hand, is very, I think Swatch is the definition of mid. They have like 1 or 2 cool pieces. They do collabs. They're good for the watch game. They bring attention to watches as a whole. But affordable watch, this is not Swatch as a brand for the entire watch game. This is just for affordable watches. Do they bring people in the watch game? Yes, definitely, right? But like, could those people buy something else in that price range? 100%. Something better? 100%. I'll leave Swatch in mid. I think that's fine. Steinhardt. I mean, it's homage, straight up rip-off watches. But one thing you can't take away from them is they're rip-off watches, and I held one in my hands, unfortunately. Yeah, they actually are decent quality. They make rip-offs of decent quality. I think I have to put Steinhardt into ass, because it's still ripping off watches. They are an embarrassment for Germany. No, I can't do that, man. But Long Island watches is in there, dude. Like Islander watches, sorry, Long Island watches. You know what? We're gonna do this. Yeah, because all these here have one thing in common. It's that they rip off other people's intellectual property. These here don't really. I mean, yeah, you can argue about that, but like these two don't. So yeah, 3 more to go. Christopher Ward. So this is tricky. I love Christopher Ward. I think they have amazing designs. I can only take into account though everything below $2,000 US. Here. Yeah, I would put Christopher Ward here. It's Simply Lovely. I would definitely buy one. I was this far away from pulling the trigger on a Christopher Ward C63 before. I almost bought one. I'm still thinking about it, and I probably will eventually. So yeah, based would buy above that. Simply Lovely. G-Shock is based, and I would buy that. Still, only thing from me that separates them from the upper echelon of my list is that I really need the Casio in a wearable case size, please. I mean, it is wearable, right? But like clunky. I want it to be less clunky. And then we're talking. Yeah, based, very based. And now finishing off with Squale. Squale for me is #1 top style. I love Squale. So many cool watches. Check out the entire catalog. Guys, have a look at Squale. I want to push that brand. They are so cool. I think Squale is even cooler than Doxa. Best dive watches below $2,000 100%. Go Squale. So yeah, that's my list. Took longer than expected. I really gotta go. I'm not sure if you heard this, but I've been getting messages all across the video, because people texting me, my phone, like recording this from my phone, it's vibrating. I gotta go. But anyways, thanks a lot for watching. Let me know what you think. How did you find these takes? And I hope to see you in the next video. I almost died in the intro, so we're still alive, still going on, and going strong. I have a new format coming up as well. I will review watch releases. So current watch releases. So yeah, subscribe to my channel. Check it out, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Peace and love. Via con Dios. Goodbye.